was asked how someone who calls the Philippines my home country is allowed to serve in this house. I am here because I belong here. My birthplace does not make me less American. My accent does not disqualify me from public service. And my identity as Filipino-American does not make me a guest.
Today's topic, a state legislator in the States was told to go back home after her impassionate speech about commemorating Philippine Independence Day.
June 12.
June 12, belated Happy Independence Day to the motherland. But yeah, Representative Luz Bay?
Luz B.
No, Bay, B-A-Y.
Was it B-A-Y?
Yeah.
Luz Bay?
Luz Bay.
Yeah, sounds
She's
like a
probably
rapper.
Bay there.
Luz Bay.
Let's speak it in our mother tongue. Luz Bay.
Luz Bay.
Luz Bay. Ate
Luz
Luz.
Bay. Ate Luz. Yeah,
Ate Luz. Tita Luz. Ate Luz.
Ate Minda.
Minda? Who's Minda?
Luz B Minda. It's usually
Oh,
Luz B
yeah,
Minda,
usually.
right?
She might
Usually.
be, actually. But in Cavite, she's gonna be Teluz.
Tiluz.
Teluz. So, yeah, she did a speech commemorating Philippine Independence Day. And then she got shit on by... Well, they're saying it's a Republican colleague.
Possible.
So, another stain.
Sounds true.
Another racist tinge stain for the Republicans. It's always them who are always getting tagged as racists. Stuff like this, especially now during another Trump regime, another Trump presidency, will always be highlighted.
You know what? It should be the other way around because we're really getting used to like things like this right now.
But still though, even though we're used to it, it doesn't make it right. Especially if they're going to tarnish this regime having racist rhetoric, it's going to be highlighted. Like regardless on who the president is, regardless which party is holding the highest seat in the States, this will always be high tension news. But even more so with Donald Trump sitting inside the White House. Yeah. I haven't seen a video of the incident.
Okay, like someone's just shouting and telling her to go home.
I just saw a post from this Filipino-American Life where they were highlighting her speech.
Her speech, okay.
Responding to the incident. But she dropped some bars.
Yeah.
Also remember something fundamental. Unless you are indigenous to this land, unless your ancestors walked here before borders, before colonization, before the concept of immigration even existed, you too are descended from immigrants. My story is part of that American story. It is not a footnote. It is a verse in the song of this nation.
She is well qualified to hold the legislator position.
And she was voted by the people.
Apparently she is a cancer survivor. So that will show her persistence.
Yeah. Her grit.
Her grit.
Like in Canada, right?
Yes.
Unless you're descendant of the moose, the deer, or the indigenous people, right? Yeah, you are not an immigrant. Everyone else are immigrant here.
This seems racially charged because she was being told to go back home.
Yeah. I don't know, like, is this Republican thinking that she's wasting everyone's time by mentioning that it's Philippines Independence Day that day? I don't think so. Like, why? What's wrong with that?
I couldn't find any context as to why she had to give out a speech about the Independence Day. She might be commemorating the motherland, but I feel like the big deal with it is her calling the Philippines her home country.
Home, yeah, that's right.
When she has been living in the States, in New Hampshire for a while. Would this have been avoided if she changed the wording? If she used origin country or
Now,
birth country?
Home hits better than, you know what, it's just, everyone knows about it. Like, once you say home, that means where your ancestor came from. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that you're born in the Philippines, and you can still call Philippines home.
But I kind of understand the people who would say, this is our team. This is home. Of course, telling her to go back home, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. It's just how they say it too. Go
Yes.
back home.
Especially when she's been there, she has been re-elected, she's educated enough, she is qualified enough to hold that
That
position.
position. You can have a second home, right? Everyone can have a second home.
I'm not into like them telling her to go back home or implying that she is not qualified or fit to hold the position. But if we're talking about teams, this is our team.
Yeah.
I get that you are trying to give props to another team,
Yeah.
but this is our team.
But it's a special occasion. There's enough reason for her to give props because it's Philippines Independence Day.
Give props,
Right?
yes, but don't call it home.
Yeah.
If that was the context of the whole thing, if they were able to expound on that,
You kind of understand
I
it.
kind of understand. But again, if you're going to explain, you're losing.
Yeah.
Well, good for her to be dropping bars like this, to be responding like this. She's not taking it sitting down.
Imagine if she responded at the same time when someone's just chanting go back home, and then she started like spitting out these bars like, oh, we're all immigrants. That would be awesome, right? But I don't think so. I have a feeling it's on a different day.
My story is not a footnote. It is a verse in the song of this nation. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that part. But you and me, we agree with assimilation.
Yeah.
But apparently, assimilation is deeper than just trying to adapt the norms of where you're going to. Apparently, assimilation is deeper than when in Rome, do as Romans do.
Yeah.
In a context, it's like erasing your own cultural identity and then
Replacing
adapting
it with
to
a
a
new
new
one.
yes.
Adapting. Yeah, adapting is a good word.
So I think for us immigrants, it's better for us to practice acculturation because it's more about adapting rather than purposely erasing your cultural identity, whereas you're just adapting
Yeah.
to a different culture, but you will still keep your own cultural identity.
Yeah. And just integrate it, right?
You're not forgetting it, but for the conditions that you are in right now, you are adapting.
Yeah.
You are following the norms of where you moved to, but you are
Acculturation.
still
Yeah.
going to keep your
Identity.
identity.
You know what? When you mentioned about this topic, I've noticed that a lot of Filipinos here, they don't really care about June 12th. I still remember. I kind of make it big that it's actually Philippines Independence Day today. I tried to mention that to other people, especially like other races, like let's say the Pute, let's say East Indian. I tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Even in Tim Hortons, I tell them, but I noticed that not a lot of people, especially Filipinos, Filipinos that I come in contact with, they don't mention that. I guess I don't want to say that they're just shrugging it off or they don't care, but it's just, I don't know, are we forgetting about it?
I would say those people that you talk about just have more immediate issues that they need to address. For me personally, I would like to celebrate July 4 more than June 12. I might be wrong. This is more feelings over facts
Yeah.
because from what I understand is that was when we were transitioning from being held by Spain
Hostage.
to be held by the United States. From what I remember, July 4 was more of us being finally off the training wheels from the
Okay.
States. Sure, our government was heavily influenced by the States, but I feel like we are more free then than
Yeah,
June
with the
12.
Spanish. Yeah, okay.
because we were passed from one master to another.
Yeah.
Like you can make an argument we up to now we are still under the clutches of other countries, but if we're gonna be choosing a date, I would choose the date
The July 4th.
that the States
Yeah.
pretty much like let us go by ourselves.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say at first that you're commemorating the U.S. independence. Because that's July 4th, right?
July 4
4th
as
of
well.
July.
July 4 as well. But they changed July 4 to Filipino-American Friendship Day,
Okay.
which we don't really
Celebrate that
celebrate
much?
anymore. We haven't stayed long enough in the States for us to be told, go back home.
Yeah.
For you, is it noticeable between the acceptance of immigrants between Canada and the States?
Yeah, I think so. They're more welcoming here.
I feel like everything that Canada feels that the States did wrong, they are really trying to distance themselves. Like
Yeah.
say with the natives, with the Native Americans, they signed the treaties compared to what the States did, where they pretty much gave reparations. But here in Canada, they uphold the treaties up until now. That is one thing that is evidently different between their treatment with the non-Caucasian
Yeah.
people, at least.
Yeah, in the States, like, okay, we're done. We already gave you what
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
This is what
Fuck
you need.
off.
This is our land now.
We're talking about the macro scale. I don't feel there's anything different though between the people themselves individually. There's gonna be bad apples. There's gonna be
Good apples.
good apples. But those who don't spend the time and the energy to learn more about the people that are coming into their country, they will always feel like, oh, they're taking away what's rightfully
Yeah.
ours.
They're taking my job.
They're still,
They're taking my opportunity.
however nicer Canada may seem, there's still going to be people like, just like those people in the States that are deemed racist.
They're just not that vocal about it.
Yes.
They don't do it in front of your face.
Yes, because they will get more backlash because everybody has culturally agreed that we won't be like United
Yeah.
States. I kind of get the nuance of some people who will take offense with her calling the Philippines home.
Her home, yeah. When you start telling other people, say, "Oh, back home," do you try to take those words back?
Not
Do you
really.
feel bad?
Not really.
Inside, that's it.
I feel bad inside.
Yeah.
More guilt
Okay.
because I'm not living the lived experience of our countrymen.
Oh, I thought you're gonna.
left.
Oh, I thought you're gonna say that. Oh, because I'm Canadian now. Like I feel bad for other Canadians to hear me. I don't want them to think bad of me because I'm turning my back against being a Canadian.
Especially when we're Canadian citizens
Yeah.
now too. I wouldn't say they're less patriotic than
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 Americans?
Americans, but they would be more accepting of your roots.
Philippines turn its back on us. That's why we moved to a different country.
I wouldn't
Well,
say
that's how I feel. I can't really feel bad about me leaving the Philippines. It's
I'm-
because of what's happening there. I feel bad that other Filipinos are not able to have the same comfort as we do, that we're able to move to a different country.
yes, but me being embarrassed about it doesn't pertain to anything about our country not providing us the comfort that we wanted. It's more about the struggle that I am not living alongside
Yeah.
our motherland.
But we did get to experience this
Yes.
in the past, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, and we moved. I feel like it's more 60% trying to be respectful of the home team
Yeah.
where we are right now, and 40% being empathetic to the people who are there fighting
The daily struggles.
the daily struggle, fighting to clean up the mess that our home, that our former home has. I'm not doing any part of that right
Yeah.
now. That's why I am kind of embarrassed to say home. In my heart, it will always be home.
Yeah.
But with respect to our countrymen who are still there, I feel like I have lost the right to call it home. If they say I still deserve it, thank you.
Yeah.
But they are more deserving to call it home because
Because
are
they're
there.
living there.
They have the lived experience of staying there while I am in a different circumstance right now.
Yeah.
But in a way, I understand the home team if they say, you're part of the team now.
Yeah.
This is home. That's not your home now.
Your old home, maybe.
Your origin.
Yeah.
If you say origin, we're going to
That's
respect
different, yeah.
that. But again, with tensions that are racially charged right now, it can be painted in a light where they don't accept her as part of the team because she is not white.
Yeah.
Again, I have not seen the video of the incident.
The original video.
The original video. I've only seen the response. But if the context of telling her to go home is, you're part of the team now.
Yeah.
This is home. Forget about your old home. This is your home now.
Yeah.
If that was the context, I kind of agree with it. But again, with the tensions that are racially charged right now, I would not be surprised if the context was of you are not part of us because you are not white.
That's right. They just found another reason, an excuse to say something to this, yeah, to Ate Luz.
Yeah. To spew some hate.
Yeah. Meanwhile, she's just in a world of caring, compassionate, and being just reminiscing of the past, or
Yeah.
maybe just trying to tell other Filipinos that today is Independence Day.
She's just trying to be proud of her heritage.
Yeah.
She's sharing how she became to be lose
Yeah.
by because she went through the struggle of coming from her motherland.
Yeah.
I want to be wording it right.
Yeah, you don't want to be calling it a home.
Yeah. But if the context is this is our team now,
Yeah.
that I kinda agree with. But again, I have not seen the video of this Republican colleague, and some of their other Republican colleagues expressed regret with that remark.
Mm.
Maybe because, as far as I know, their state is a Democrat-led state.
Oh, okay. So they're
they-
feeling
they
the hate.
should be more welcoming,
Yeah.
or that's the Democrat press release, that they are more inviting, they're more accommodating. Then they have people like those who will tell her to go back home.
Yeah. It's like saying go fuck off.
You shouldn't be part of this
Yeah.
because you are not part of this. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what they're saying, if that is the context. But again, if they're trying to get her to be more patriotic,
There's a lot of ways to be more patriotic,
that's extreme.
right?
I get people who are just one way or the highway. That might be too extreme, but I kind of get the point of this is our team. This is your home now. Don't call anywhere else home because this is your home. They feel like it's a betrayal. If that was the case, I kind of agree, but is that the case?
Yeah.
Can't prove that. Takeaway: home is where the heart is.
Home is home.
Home is where
There's
your
no place like home.
Yeah. And home is where your roots are
Yeah.
for me. So my roots are here right now, but Philippines will always hold a special place in my heart. Just don't want to be like too overly proud. I don't want to be like, this is with anything anyways. I don't want to be too outward with it. I'm gonna show it with my actions. I'm not gonna keep on saying it. I don't want to be harping on it, especially when I'm here.
Well, me, I'm the other way around. I'm proud of being a product of the Philippines.
Did I say that?
No. I'm just saying. This is my
Yeah,
This is my take. I'm not.
It
I'm
felt
not.
like a dig.
No, I'm not.
Nah, it felt like a dig.
No, I'm just saying. Like, I'm always outward. I think
Yeah.
we're opposite.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always outward towards other people that I'm from the Philippines, and
Well, I'm not gonna deny it.
yeah.
All I'm saying is I'm gonna show
Yeah.
it. I'm not gonna tell. I'm gonna show. That's
Me, I
my-
always tell other people.
I'm not saying you only tell.
Yeah.
You're show and tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, especially here. It's like easily seen.
Yeah. Very obvious.
Yeah. Somebody mistaken me for a Middle Eastern person though.
Oh, because of the beard. Yeah.
That was like when I was on camp. But
Just be careful out there. People might be misunderstanding what you're saying, and they might take it the wrong way.
best case, they're misunderstanding. Most of the time, they just don't care.
Yeah.
They just don't care about where you're from. All they see is you're not cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
That's all they see, even though you're both blue collar workers. All they see is you're
Uh,
not cut from the same cloth. Especially times right now. It feels like these ill-meaning people are getting emboldened by President Trump. I disagree that he is racist, but I kind of agree with the notion that his regime emboldens these kind of people.
Yeah, I think he's kind of instigating that it's okay. I got you. I got your back.
I won't go there. I won't
Oh,
go
yeah.
there. I mean, I
YouTube
understand if
might-
you think that, but I won't go there.
Yeah.
I kind of get you though, but yeah. Anyways, you got Edmund here.
You got me 2X, and this is Twice the D.
so wet.